Hello, guys. Welcome once again to Benghazi TV. Of course, we are looking ahead to a very busy week talking about the UEFA Champions League because it's back again with us. And tomorrow, that's Tuesday, and also on Wednesday, we're going to have some intriguing matchups in the UEFA Champions League. I've got some stuff that you will not want to miss out on this channel in just a jiffy. But before I even proceed to give you the details, subscribe to the channel like I always ask you. Click on the notification button down there. You can see it. Yes, subscription or subscribe. Click on that. And then also on the bell beside it. So you get notified anytime some content is posted here on Benghazi TV. Welcome once again to this channel. Like I told you, Champions League football returns on Tuesday and also on Wednesday. And I've got some interesting analysis of the games coming through, plus some predictions for all the investors out there for this particular midweek action in the Champions League for Tuesday and also for Wednesday. So beginning with Tuesday, we have groups A, B, C, and D kicking off their games on Tuesday, whilst the others from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H will continue on Wednesday with all their matchups or fixtures in the Champions League on Wednesday. And let's begin from Group A. Very, very lively group after having seen United struggle to pick up points in that group. We recall they lost to Bayern Munich on match day one at the Allianz Arena. Then at Old Trafford, the Turkish team just I came to town, and that big dramatic win there for Gala ensured that they also beat United, who have been struggling in the Champions League. But in the league over the weekend, Man U got a result. So how will that impact on their fortunes in the Champions League? Unfortunately for them, they again are playing at Old Trafford as they host FC Copenhagen. Recall dynamics going to this game is that after the passing of one of the greats of the football club, say Bobby Charlton, clearly, some level of emotions will go into the game, and I'm sure the folks at United, the players, the manager Eric Ten Hag, will want to give their fans something to cheer about at least in the Champions League by getting their first win this season in Europe, and that for me, they are given the best of chances because the opposition they face is not too strong an opposition in European football. That is FC Copenhagen. So for me, I think that clearly, if you are looking for the right chance, opportunity to thrive, get their first points in Europe, it is this game against Copenhagen tomorrow at Old Trafford. So clearly for me, if you're an investor and you want to do some investment on this particular game, a win is likely for United, even though clearly because of their recent issues and their recent, not too convincing form, you may be a bit cautious as you approach that game. So the West, double chance for United or over 1.5 for United. But of course, a win, like I said, is most likely in this game for Man U against FC Copenhagen. Still in that same group, we have Gala in Turkey welcoming Bayern Munich. And it looks as though this game is a good game that will produce a lot of goals. The two teams that are playing very, very well in this group, crossing swords in Turkey, Istanbul. The atmosphere is always buzzing whenever they are playing at home. Gala, whenever they are playing in Turkey, the atmosphere they paint at the stadium is crazy. So, notwithstanding that, though, Bayern Munich, are a very strong force in European football. They are not pushovers. You cannot intimidate them with the atmosphere you paint at the stadium. They've been to great venues. They've been to the Bernabeu. They've been to the new camp and won in games. So I'm not too sure the venue and the atmosphere Gala fans will paint in Turkey will affect Bayern that much. But like I said, for investment on the investment front, I think that it's a game you can go for the goals option. Over 1.5 is most likely to kick or happen in this game. So the option I recommend for you in this game is goals over 1.5 goals in this particular game. That's for Group A. Now, Group B will see Lens taking on PSV Eindhoven, whilst Sevilla welcome Arsenal. You recall Arsenal lost the last time round against Lens in France. Then again, they are on their travels. They are away to Seville and they take on Sevilla. Sevilla had to sack their previous manager because they were struggling. They've brought in a new manager who ensured they got a point in the last fixture in La Liga in Spain this weekend against Real Madrid. 1-1 the game ended. So they are picking up gradually. For Sevilla, it's a mixture of youth and experience. Ramos, Sergio, Ivan Rakitic, El Nesri, and all the likes. Not forgetting the captain, in that team are all combining some experience with a young one, so anything to ensure they can get results going their way. So Sevilla Arsenal will be an intriguing game. Arsenal are very unpredictable. This weekend's game against Chelsea was one that I'm sure lots of you thought Arsenal were going to win comfortably against Chelsea, who have been struggling, but they failed to do that. They had to rally from behind late in the game to pull even against Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge. So, to be on the safe side for an investor, I would recommend you go for goals in this game. Again, over 1.5 likely in this fixture involving Sevilla and Arsenal in Group B. For the Lens and PSV Eindhoven fixture, Lens are quite formidable when they're playing at home. And so, you can put your money on perhaps a double chance for Lens, double chance for Lens, or also over 1.5 in the game involving Lens and PSV Eindhoven in Group B. In Group C, an interesting group so far. We've witnessed some surprising results in this particular group. I mean, one would have thought that Union Berlin, the German side, would have been able to perform much better. And in fact, in their first game against Real at the Bernabeu, they showed signs of a team that are very stubborn because they had to leave it late to win the game. As you recall, the goal that was scored late in the game by the main man who's getting them all the goals, to ensure they went through with that win. And then back in Germany, though, Union Berlin lost in the second game against Braga. Surprisingly, after having gone up, they allowed the Braga side to pull even strongly, come back strongly late in the game, and in fact go ahead to secure victory in that game they played against them in Germany. So even though in this fixture they are playing at home against Napoli, I think that Napoli are favorites. Napoli are not too sure about Osimhen because he missed the game over the weekend through an injury. But in his absence, they were too strong as they still won in their Serie A game. But I think 4-1 or so over the weekend, 3-1 or 4-1 over the weekend in the Serie A. So Napoli minus Osimhen, I think the likes of, Simeone, Kvaratskhelia, and the others will be too good enough to get a win even in Germany. So I think the double chance for Napoli in this game is feasible. If you are not too sure or you're a bit cautious, go for the goals option over 1.5 in the game involving Union Berlin and Napoli in this game. Now to the other fixture in the group, SC Braga in Portugal welcome Real Madrid. It will be a very interesting game because whenever these teams from Spain and Portugal meet, it's always a different battle altogether. So Braga are a Portuguese team, and Real are from Spain. So it's a game that will see a lot of exciting football from the style of play of these two teams, South Americans, Portuguese, Spanish boys who want to express themselves on the ball. So it will be a lot of tactical play from these boys. But clearly, I think there'll be goals in this game. A lot of goals could be scored. So if you are daring over 2.5, over 1.5, it's feasible as well. A double chance for Real Madrid in this game involving themselves away against SC Braga in Group C. To Group D, to wrap up the games for Tuesday in the Champions League, we have Inter Milan in action against FC Salzburg. Of course, Salzburg are formerly RB Salzburg. Now they call themselves FC Salzburg. So they take on Inter at Giuseppe Meazza or San Siro. Inter are formidable whenever they are playing at home. And I think that in this fixture, let's go for a win for Inter Milan. A win for Inter is very feasible. They are in some great form in the Serie A in Italy, currently on top of the Serie A table. In Europe, they have been a bit inconsistent. They struggled to even win their last fixture against Benfica at home. Notwithstanding that, though, I still feel against FC Salzburg, Inter should be good to get all the 3 points. So a win for Inter Milan or at worst, double chance Inter Milan in that game. The other fixture in the group is Benfica Sociedad. Sociedad are tricky. I mean, they are tricky. Got some very experienced campaigners in there, plus the young boys, Teku Kubo, sorry, and the others who are in that team can be tricky. So it doesn't matter the fact that they are playing away in Portugal against Benfica, but I think that don't underrate them. Benfica have been struggling to get points this season in the Champions League. I think that tight fixture, yes, let's go for goals over 1.5 between Benfica and Sociedad in this fixture in Group D. So these are the fixtures for the games on Tuesday. That's tomorrow in the UEFA Champions League. I've given you my possible investment tips in all the games for Tuesday. That's in the Champions League. Try it out and let's see how it plays for you.